I buy you a gift. Like, that's what I feel like. Happy Chaos, that's our song. Loud and wild, but where we belong. Life's a sermon, love's the verse. Blessings big and a little reverse. Happy Chaos, yeah, bring it on.
Welcome to Happy Chaos.
Episode number 37.
37, and it is 1 year of Happy Chaos. 1 year of marriage today.
When you're viewing this,
It'll be today.
it'll be today for you. When is this? This is now. When was that? Then. That was a reference from a movie that I probably shouldn't reference.
Oh, shoot.
Now they're like, what movie? No, they're not. If anybody knows it, it was like an old Mel Brooks movie.
Yeah.
But I can't say. I'm a pastor and I can't say what it is because I probably shouldn't have seen it. It's just a funny part in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, not endorsing Mel Brooks movies. Happy anniversary. I mean, early for us. It's only 1 day early for us. We're filming this
on Saturday,
the day before, because we want it to come out on our anniversary. And I have a special surprise for Kelly. I'm going to give her gift, right? I'm just kidding. I just want to see her reaction. I won't do that. I'm not giving it to her until tomorrow evening, probably. I'm not even going to give it. I'm sorry. That was mean. It was terrible.
I think our viewers would love that if you were to give it.
I know.
Away.
I actually did really have plans. Like I had big plans that I was going to go to the store and have flowers, and I was going to try to like hide them over here somewhere, and then I was going to like present the flowers live. Well, live-ish, live for us.
So it's almost like the engagement.
Yeah, but I just, there were too many things to do today, and I didn't get to do it. And so, anyways, but listen, we're for those of you watching, you're like, wait a minute, 37 episodes, 1 year. It's not 1 year of Happy Chaos, the show. It's 1 year of Happy Chaos, our lives.
Yes.
Widow. Remarried 1 year
Slew of
ago.
Children.
That's December the 14th, 12/14.
Yeah.
And it has been 1 full year.
1 full happy, chaotic year.
Yeah. And so people were asking us, Kelly came into the family with 3 children. I came in with 6. Put them together, we have 9 children and a grandbaby. And another grandbaby on the way. We're allowed to say that now.
Yes.
And so we were describing, everyone would say, how is everything going? And, you know, there's 2 sides to that. Yeah. You know, if you say like really good, which it is, and you say really good, then everybody's like, oh, I bet it's so chaotic. And then if you say the other side, you're like, oh, you know, sometimes a little chaotic, or was everything okay? And so somewhere in there, I just started using the term, it's happy chaos. It was literally like a saying. Somebody would say, how's it going? And I would go, it's happy chaos. You know, we're excited.
And then it just caught on.
Yeah.
And we've got our brand and our gear. And I even got a cup today that says Chaos Coordinator. She
saved so much money because regularly those cups were $15, but she got it for $13. So I feel like she's scowling at me. I think that $13 per cup is great. I mean, I can imagine if you went to Walmart and they had a thing of cups, and it was if they had a package of cups and there was 8 cups, and that package of 8 cups was $104, would you be like, I'm getting those cups? That's what you paid for that.
No, I didn't. I paid for the pretty design. First of all, it's black and white flowers, which I love. And then Chaos Coordinator. I am the Chaos Coordinator in this family. You are too, but we'll get you a cup too. We should have got you a cup too.
I want her to be the financial coordinator. Coordinate the finances. Be the financial coordinator.
Those are my goals this year.
Financial coordinator?
My goal is to save us.
I see these videos. It's like voiced over. You know, somebody else did it, and then everybody else is stealing it. But these people are like eating something. One I just saw, they're like eating KFC, and they're like, next week we're getting in that gym. We're getting in the gym. We're gonna be eating.
I feel like you're showing a lack of trust for me.
Next year, we'll.
That's my goal. Listen. this was a new year of crazy chaos, stuff that neither one of us are used to. You haven't lived with a spouse in 4 years until this last year. So there's a lot of things, you know. I had to take on double the children that I already have.
For sure.
And an entire church, because he's not just the one that carries all the burdens of the church and the heart for the people of the church. I do too.
Oh, for sure.
And I've developed relationships with so many people, and so
pastor's wife is the most voluntold position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people talk about that. They're like, oh, like you're going to volunteer somebody,
Mm-hmm.
you know, instead of volunteer, you volunteer them. But pastor's wife, your life becomes voluntold.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and then if you reject that for even a moment, that you're like, I don't want this, people kind of forget that, like, you didn't choose. I mean, you sort of did, in the sense of, like, you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah.
You know, you weren't just like, I mean, like my first wife, I wasn't a pastor and then I became a pastor.
Right.
So, you know, for certain, she had like literally did not sign up for it. But even in your case, like, you didn't spend the first half of your life preparing to be a pastor's wife. You had
The
no,
Lord was preparing me.
for sure. But you had no clue that
Right.
this was going to be it. So for you, this is very fresh information. And I would dare to say probably very fresh, like emotions that are coming with it, like just realizing how much of other people pastors are involved in.
Yes.
You know,
how much I have to share my husband.
Yep, that's an accurate statement.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the role.
Everybody wants to talk to him.
Talk,
But
meet.
I can tell you, I am so grateful for such an anointed man. The shirt kind of matches your eyes.
Oh, I think she's swooning.
You have really gorgeous eyes.
She's swooning. It's love is in the air right now. Love is in the air. It's almost our anniversary. Well, for
I'm
you,
so
it is our
excited.
anniversary. So I think we just want to have a candid little podcast with you today.
Mm-hmm.
Just talk about where we started and where things came from here in Happy Chaos, and I don't know, future things, you know, what the goal is next, and
Yep.
and for us, and you know, the whole point of our Happy Chaos story really is redemption.
Mm-hmm.
And we've told you guys before that we really do see this as a ministry. This is not just it's not just an idea of like, oh, you know, it's not just like two middle-aged people like, oh, we need
Let's
to
just
start.
shoot the breeze, and
Well, I mean, sometimes we do just shoot the breeze.
but then
that's
we have
not
a
where it
goal of
started.
it, though, and we have a goal when we're even shooting the breeze. You know,
Yeah, I mean, the goal
we want our testimony to be a redemption story. And
that's right. We want others to see the redemption that is in Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's like the end of the book of Job. It feels like to me that where Job has, you know, he's lost everything, and Job lost way more than we lost.
Mm-hmm.
No, not compare. I'm not saying I'm Job. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying, just like in an application sense, as Job had in the Bible. If you don't know that story, Job has everything taken from him, and then everybody is encouraging him, you know, curse God, curse God, curse God. Maybe not everybody, but you know, several people are telling him to curse God, and several people are accusing him of doing wrong and all this other stuff. But anyways, in the end of the story, he's restored. All the stuff that was taken, all the stuff that was removed from him was restored. And I feel like that's what the Lord's doing in our life.
Yes.
We went through something really, really hard, but the Lord's also restoring us. And there's this beautiful picture of restoration. And for me, you can see the full transparency. Go back on Instagram. You can go back to the year my wife died. I start posting these videos more regularly. I'm reading the Bible at night. This whole thing actually started with me reading scripture at night when I couldn't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, I can't sleep, and I'm up, I'm reading the Bible, and when I ran across the verse that meant something to me, or that you know, felt like somebody else might need it or whatever, I would just pick up my camera and I would shoot a video. And some of those videos are hard to watch. I mean, I was so sad and I was grieving so hard. And so my church and the community and the Instagram community was following along as this man had lost his wife and then was going through grief. And then you come into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And so as I came out of grief, I also came out of grief, but into a relationship with you
Mm-hmm.
and then into marriage. And so now here we are in this redeemed, restored kind of relationship. And it's opened our eyes to life,
Mm-hmm.
to the brevity of life and to the importance of what we're doing,
That's right.
I think.
I know.
Like you're saying, I know, like I
Like,
said, I think.
I don't just think.
Hmm.
I
I didn't
know.
mean it like that.
I know, but I just wanted
Oh.
to say it.
Well, I hope you'll stick around today. We do have comments to read.
Yes,
Are
we do.
reading comments
Yeah,
today?
I haven't put. Oh, Facebook can be a little turd sometimes.
Whoa, this is PG. Watch your
This is
and
PG-13 for sure. They know who you married.
You are a pastor's wife. You cannot be PG-13.
I'm a real pastor's
We have to-
wife, though.
we
This
have
is
to
the
be-
real house. What is it? What do they call it? The Real Housewives of the Real Pastors' Wives.
I don't think
of
you can reference the Real
Instagram.
Housewives.
I can. I've never watched it, by the way, so I don't advocate
I
it.
don't believe that.
I just
bet
know
you
the
have
title.
watched
I
it.
promise I haven't.
I can't believe
Wasn't
you
my
watched
thing. I've
that.
watched other shows that I shouldn't have watched,
I
but
can't believe you're watching stuff like that.
Justin Walker. All right. Let's see.
Happy Chaos episode 36. You left us some comments. We're going to read some of those comments. And if you want your comments read from this show, just leave them down below on Facebook. That's where we read them from.
Yes.
Unless you want to leave them on Spotify, that would be helpful. We were the #1 podcast for 100 people on Spotify.
Yep. And it grew since our last podcast.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
How many?
A couple.
4?
People told me, yeah, about.
We had 4 more.
But, all right. So Lauren Engel, she said, my latest 3 podcasts besides y'all are Candace, the Jesus People, and Andrew Cooper Ryder.
I don't know him.
I don't either. But okay. All right. I can dig that.
Are you I don't know if I'm allowed to ask. Are you a Candace fan?
She's a Candace fan.
I know Lauren's a Candace
Oh,
fan, obviously. Are
I
you a
am
Candace?
not. I don't like that she's anti-Israel and what the picture she's trying to paint there.
Mhm.
I feel like Charlie's life was a glorification of Christ. He glorified Christ in all that he did. And I feel like Candace, whether her intentions are true, you are taking away from what Charlie lived for, and that was to glorify Christ in everything that he did. And you're distracting what could be this beautiful like testimony and life to now everything is anti-Israel, anti-Christianity. He was going to become a Catholic. I don't like that. That's not okay with me. He's not here to defend himself and say, and he wasn't. I mean, I've seen clips of him saying, I am not Catholic. I wouldn't, So I am not a Candace fan. I do think something is fishy with this whole thing.
Y'all-
That's all I'm going
Do
to
y'all
say.
want me to probe a little at this?
Sure.
I'm just curious, like what? Because I think it's fishy, but I think what I think is fishy is probably different than what you think is fishy.
Really? What do you think is fishy?
I don't know that I want to answer that.
Really?
Okay. I mean,
You
I
don't want
will.
haters?
I'll do it. I'll answer it, but I think I'll probably take some heat for it.
I mean, it's your opinion. If you take some heat, you take some heat. And you
I
guys
always
be
take heat.
easy because he's not, everybody has an opinion and we
Right,
all
so-
have to form our own
but-
ideas on what's happening.
But what do you mean when you say it's fishy? What do you think is fishy?
I think
We're talking about
okay,
Candace
this-
Owens and Charlie Kirk. Here.
And this is with all grace because I know what it's like to be a widow. I am a widow that's remarried. But Erica Kirk is off. She's off in a couple different ways. Just her demeanor, her expressions, just I'm not sure. I can't pinpoint it and I don't want to accuse her. I certainly do not want to accuse her of anything. But something is not sitting right in my spirit.
You're just talking what feels funny to you is just female intuition. Something
It's
just feels
just
off.
my spirit it does not feel settled and something feels off.
Yeah.
So, and with Candace, I think Candace was in love with Charlie. And I think that,
Oh boy, I really opened a can of worms.
yeah, and I think that I don't know, I don't want to go too hard on her either because I would love it if somebody was trying so hard to find my killer, if that's what she's truly trying to do. I don't know. Everything seems weird, so. But she could be the only one that's truly on his side
Wow.
and that's trying to find the truth. I don't know.
Mm.
All right, now you go.
Oh boy.
Yep.
We weren't planning on this on the
No.
anniversary episode.
Uh-uh.
Sometimes we'd like to shoot from the hip.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, Lauren, it's because
Lauren, you started this. Okay, here's my take.
Yep.
All right, y'all ready?
We're ready.
The world is a stage.
Hmm.
And I think that what you see that feels off, if I was to quantify why I think in agreement that I think things feel off, and I think they feel off for this reason. If I look at it from the Turning Point USA side or from the Erica Kirk side, if you want to call it that, if I look at it from that, I would go, why wouldn't you want somebody digging so hard?
Yes.
Like, why would you be upset that somebody would want so
Agree.
badly to find the truth? And all of this could have been avoided if from the beginning you all just answered Candace. If
Yeah.
she made she has a huge platform, she's made a comment, she's made a question from the very beginning, you should have been like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Our doors are open. Our comments are open to you. Charlie was friends with you. We're friends with you. Like, it doesn't have to be this. Let's not turn it into something like that.
Agree.
Candace, like, let's right then and there from the beginning.
But it's funny that you say stage because, Candace's latest thing is saying it was all a stage, like where he was everything that happened that day was a stage.
But I have more to say.
And they
I'll
cleaned
get there
it.
in a second because then from the flip side of that, from the Candace side of that, there's the side that says, like, of all the things that you're gonna do, it sure seems lucrative for her to stay on this topic.
Yeah.
And so here you go. You ready here's Justin's personal. I have nothing to back this up. I'm sure somebody's going to send me an email, but it just is what it is. I'm telling you my own personal opinion, like what I think when I see. I think the whole thing is staged for publicity. I don't think that, I'm not accusing, I think Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And I think that what's happening is you are watching as groups are capitalizing on this man's assassination.
Yeah.
Candace was accused. They made the comment. They said here recently, somebody said, "Oh, well, Candace Owens makes hundreds of thousands of dollars every time that she airs one of these episodes." And she probably does.
Mm-hmm.
But then Candace flipped around and she said, well, you all have made like 140 million or something crazy like that since he passed because of all these new chapters that are opening and whatever. I think that I'm happy for Turning Point USA to grow. I want them to grow. I love Charlie Kirk. I love what he was doing.
Yep.
And I'm not against Candace Owens. I'm just simply saying that the world is a stage. And I think that there's probably more staging of this where there needs to be, from a PR side, there needs to be some sort of tension, and this allows for that tension to be there. Because I would say for both of them, it's interesting to me that they're not, Turning Point USA and Candace Owens. Why don't they collaborate their efforts and go after the woke left? Why don't they go? I mean, there was a moment, and so here you go. You ready? This is where the conspiracy is going to get real far for everyone.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting that we had all of these trans shooters, of which this guy was one of them, and when that started to get brought up, all of a sudden now we've got fingers being pointed at Israel, France, Turning Point's pointing at somebody else, and it's like all of a sudden nobody's pointing out the fact that we had all of these trans shooters going on. It just, again, it feels like to me like the world is a stage, and
I agree, and I think that we can boil it all down to Charlie Kirk was the real deal.
Oh, I think he was.
He was a great man.
Yeah, I agree.
And left a great legacy that hopefully doesn't get jaded so bad because of this.
I would agree. I think one thing I would say is I don't think anybody can replace him.
Right.
I remember hearing that Ben Shapiro was trying to say, hey, we're going to carry the torch and this and that.
Please.
And I'm like, I don't.
He's another anti-Jewish.
Ben? No. No, Ben's a Jew himself. He's not against Israel.
Are you sure he's not? I'm pretty sure he was pointing his finger at Israel.
I don't know if there's. Listen, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying Israel could have had something to do with this. That would be a different point. That's a whole theological point right there. I mean, Israel's been bad for a long time, y'all. That's not me being anti-Israel. God said He would bless those who bless Israel and curse those who curse Israel. And don't come at me with that stuff about that was God talking to Abraham. God repeated that in Deuteronomy.
Okay, so he's not anti-Israel.
No, he's Jew.
So who is it that she's backing?
I think you're thinking about Tucker Carlson.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyways, my point just being that listen to us like talking about all these big names like we know something. Y'all, we don't know nothing.
I do know.
We don't know nothing.
He doesn't know nothing. I do know something. I'm just kidding.
Well, now that we've ran off half of our viewers by talking about political
I
things.
hope not, because I mean, I think that everybody, all viewers, no matter if you're Team Candace, Team TPUSA, we're all Team Charlie.
I think so.
I think we can all rest on we're all Team Charlie. We just want his legacy to continue.
I just think I think overall, to me, the problem that I face is that as I watch from a distance, I go, something is off. And usually when something is off, it's because something's off.
Yeah.
I know that sounds stupid, but that is the truth. Like if it doesn't, here's what I remember. Like years ago, I remember watching Bear Grylls. Remember that guy?
Yep.
And of course, that was all staged.
Yep.
He got busted for all that. But I remember him pointing out there were some storm clouds off in the distance, and he was like, I don't have any weather apps, and I don't have this, I don't have that. He said, but I remember this Aborigine tribe teaching us. I think that's what he said, something like that. That he was like, if the storm clouds look ominous, it's because the storm that's coming is ominous, right? And that's always stuck with me. Like, it's kind of the old saying, like, if it looks like a duck and walks like a duck. If it looks off, then something is off.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make sense to me why they don't just sit down at a table and work these things out while they're pointing fingers at each other and fighting with each other.
Distraction.
And it feels like WWF to me. Like, it feels like I'm watching as two people are forced, they're forced fighting with each other. And it doesn't feel genuine.
Agree.
To me.
Yeah.
And maybe there's other reasons. Maybe, there could be 100 other reasons that it doesn't, that I'm looking at it going, something doesn't add up.
But I feel like that's why I'm not diving into it.
Yeah, it's not that I'm not diving into it. I mean, I'm not diving into it as far as Candace is. I'm just simply saying that I'm not willing to fall on my sword. If you came to me and said, Justin, here's evidence of this, this, and this, I'd be like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm not claiming to know something. I'm just claiming to have an opinion on it.
Right.
And I think the world's a stage. Okay, we had some comments, and Lauren, you got us way distracted. I blame you, Lauren.
Jody Ballard, haha, Justin, about the blood pressure machine comment. And yes, I kind of have a spending Amazon for sure. Oh, red light for hosting Team Justin this time, haha. And I don't like cleaning baseboards either. My sister does Christmas Eve every year, so I don't have so I can see everyone.
So Jody, I just want it noted, you definitely admitted to trolling me with the between the cowboy boot socks and then the blood pressure
Which are so
machine.
cute. And he wore them yesterday, and I love them. They're so cute. All right, Catherine Cece, do a funny picture for Christmas. The whole family dresses in matching PJs except Justin. He will wear his jeans with cowboy boots. I love it so much. What if I got you cowboy boots for Christmas?
I mean,
Would you be upset?
I almost said something right there, but this is our anniversary episode, and so I swallowed that.
Save that for year number 2.
I'll save that for year number 2. I would. Do I want cowboy boots?
No,
There
I
you
didn't
go.
get you cowboy boots.
Oh,
Maybe.
All I'm going to say is enough said. You know that I don't want them.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say from there?
So Carol,
She just moves on. She's like, yeah.
Carol Upton.
Ooh, is that a new name? I don't know. I've seen you before,
I
Carol.
haven't seen it.
You want to read that, or you want me to do that?
You.
Love your happy chaos really helps me to understand what our dear son went through, losing his wife to cancer in 2020 at age 39, leaving 5 young children. I never thought that his joy would return from the ashes, but he has found love again. Thank you, Lord. Bless you both and your blended family. That's what we were saying in the beginning. That's what that's what this whole thing is about. I mean, other than when we tee off on Kansas and TPUSA stage and stuff.
But absolutely, please send our love to your son and his new bride,
For sure.
or soon to be bride. I don't know, but I think that's a beautiful story of redemption, and I love that God does that.
April, you said your comments are over on YouTube. Sorry, we don't look over on YouTube. We do look on YouTube, but we don't get the comments from there.
Right.
For here.
Vicky Q Walls, there's no way my husband would wear pajamas. I wouldn't dare ask him to. Laugh out loud. No to a real tree. All the way too much of a mess. I like color lights in my tree, not white. Hope you guys have a wonderful anniversary. Thank you, Vicky.
Vicky Q Walls, I think we might be more in step than you realized. You thought you were Team Kelly, but
Barb Hardy, well,
Yeah,
I just went to
hear that.
Spotify and found you and started following you. Kelly, do you like his beard?
Barb.
I love this beard so much.
Okay, I have 2 things to say. First one is, Barb, I don't really like the beard, but I'm so used to it that I don't know that I could get rid of it at this point. Like I kind of want to, but the last time I shaved, I looked like my dad, and so that was funky. I'm not saying anything bad against your dad or mom. Good choice, mom. Just saying. Nobody wants to look like their dad. You know,
your
like,
dad's a cutie pie.
Well, I appreciate your thought in that because I apparently resemble him. Because when I shaved the last time, I was like, oh man,
You're a good mixture of your mom and your dad.
all right, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
But so there's that. My late wife had me grow a beard, excuse me, which I couldn't even do. I just had a goatee for the longest time. But true story, my oldest daughter is adopted. She was 10. I was 20. She was going into the 4th grade, and we went into the 4th grade or to the elementary school. We were sitting in the
Elementary
office.
school.
So we're sitting in the office in the chairs, in the waiting room chairs. My late wife Sarah, was sitting there filling out the paperwork to get my oldest daughter enrolled in school. And the teacher came in, the 4th grade teacher came into the office, and she kneeled down. This was like in January, so it's halfway into the year. So they were making a special occasion, came out to meet the new student. And when she got out there, she's leaning down and she's talking to Rebecca. And then she looks over at me, and I promise you, she went, "And what grade are you going into?"
Hmm.
And I went, "I'm her dad." And she goes, oh. And then, I don't know, like moved on. That really did happen. And we walked out of there, and my wife, Sarah, said, "You are growing a beard." And I was like, "I don't know that I can." And I really couldn't. I just had a goatee for a long time. Number 2, that's the first thing. I've had it for a while. I don't know that I can get rid of it.
These are actually extensions. You still can't grow a beard.
Yeah, these are hair.
They're plugs.
Do they do that? Also, in this light, this looks real bare. Like I noticed on the video, it looks real. It doesn't look like that in real. At least in the mirror, when I look, it doesn't look so light up here and then dark down here. It just kind of looks all like one. But for whatever reason, when I have this like direct light in my face and I turn my head, it looks a little light right there. So I'm like, here's what you did, Barb. You made me go, "What's wrong with my beard?" Like now I'm all. And then I remember Sharon one time, she pointed out that I don't get hair that grows right here. And she said to one of the kids, she's like, "Well, your dad shaves this little spot on his mouth." And I'm like, "I don't shave that. It just doesn't grow there."
I don't think anybody's grows there. I think that's
standard across the board. Is that standard beard?
I think so.
shape? I don't think
Gosh,
it
now
is.
I'm gonna look.
I don't know. I got these two little.
But here's the thing.
I feel like Robert Downey Jr. has it, like little spots right there that don't have.
He's got the salt and pepper thing happening, and I am so in love with it, and I can't wait until he's a full salt and pepper. We're looking, Kirk, I'm looking you up right now. I don't think you watch our podcast, but I am checking to see if you have that because you got a full on. Nope, he doesn't. His goes to the lip.
You never even paid attention until I just said it.
He's a bearded man, so like that might not be the exact.
He's had a beard since he was 12. I didn't get leg hair till I was 28. That's not true, but you want to know.
That's going to be the opening line.
Yeah. Okay. You want to know a true story? Like, not even joke. I didn't have hair on my legs till I was 21.
That's weird.
I know. People thought I shaved my legs.
The Portuguese in us, we stopped getting hair. And so my dad has like no hair on his legs anymore.
Oh, interesting.
I know. And his arms, like I've been shaving my arms since I was probably 16. And now I really don't have to shave them much because I'm not growing.
Because it doesn't grow there.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I just had a thought, and maybe this is why for a while when I was like early adult, I wouldn't raise my hands in worship. And I just thought it was because I was Baptist. And like now I totally do. Okay. I know this is going to sound, you're wondering where I'm going with this.
Yes.
But, so I was like 14 years old, 15 years old, and we had a little praise band at church, and our youth minister had left. And so the youth were trying to like keep the youth group together in the church. And we were singing a song, and I was wearing a sleeveless shirt, and we were just practicing. And I raised my hands in that song, and there were people there that laughed. I just hadn't thought about this in years. They laughed, and they were like, and I was like, "What are you laughing at?" And they're like, "What are you, a swimmer?" Because I didn't have any hair on my armpits. And I'm like, maybe that's why maybe it just like subliminally, it was just in my head. Like, you can't raise your hands.
You guys, why are you so mean to him?
So terrible.
I'll beat you up.
Whoa, hey, they're just guys being guys. It's fine. We're all right. We probably need some more of that. We need some boys to toughen up a little bit. Anyways, but it's just my genetics. I couldn't do anything about it and still can't. And so what you see is what you get. I can let this go for 6 weeks, and it looks about like it does right now. Like it gets maybe a little longer, but not much. But anyways, thanks Barb for making me question my beard. Really appreciate it. I'm just kidding.
I would say Barb probably actually loves your beard, but I've been wrong every time I say that. Like, oh,
no, the way she worded.
Go, tell your husband to go bring it over here. Bring it over. Husband, buy her flowers, and she's like, I really just don't like flowers. He buys me diamonds.
Was that cute? Was that Vicky again? Who said that? Was that Vicky Q?
I don't know.
Who was it that we said that she said, have your husband come here, and then she was like, no, he didn't. I don't want flowers. You said you didn't want flowers.
She wants diamonds.
Yeah, but I would just say, I think the way Barb worded that alludes to.
Do you like his beard? Do you
like to say?
She was like, do you like his beard?
Do you like his beard?
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so funny because like we'll have guys, our friends that come into church and stuff, and they'll like come in without a beard or they'll start growing one. And I'm like, oh, I love it. Awesome job. Keep up the good work. And then the wife is like, I hate it. Why are you encouraging that? And I'm like, never mind. I hate it. It looks ugly. I don't mean anything. Men grow beards. Like
She's
rock
like
on.
She's like a Charles Spurgeon right here. She's like, I forget. There's a quote from Charles Spurgeon about like men not having beards. Kirk has it on a shirt.
Yeah.
Anyways, I can't think of the quote right now, but you know,
I'm distracting you.
You did distract me. I like the beard enough to keep it for right now, and it's a little bit itchy too. But the problem is you get used to it, and then if you shave it and then you let it grow back, then it's really itchy. So there's that. All right, babe, we're in the middle of this.
I'm sorry.
She's looking at pictures in a text. As
our daughter went on a date today, and I'm so excited about it.
You were oversharing. People watch this.
That's all I said. I didn't say which daughter.
And we're gonna stop talking about that. Cut. We're gonna cut that. And
no, we're not cutting that.
We're gonna. All right. Well.
All right.
Let's see who edits this.
I will stand over your shoulder.
Okay. What year one has taught us?
Yes.
So this is joy forward moment. All right. Lessons learned. Which one of these lessons learned do you want to go over?
Grace grows faster than pressure. I don't know.
And it grows faster than Instagram followers.
But not Facebook.
No, Facebook
Y'all,
is crazy.
Facebook, we almost doubled in the past 2 months.
Yeah.
But
not on Happy Chaos, not so much, but on the Pastor Justin and Kelly, which is that's kind of our overall umbrella.
We were trying to make a little branch of Happy Chaos that anything Happy Chaos would be on it, but y'all didn't catch on to that one. You're just like, no, we're sticking to this. We want.
Yeah, there's a thought in my mind to just put everything under Pastor Justin and Kelly because that's the one that gets the most. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet what I should do with that.
You wish you had my cup, don't you? I can tell by the look you just gave.
No, I was not thinking that at all. If anything, I think we have plenty of cups, and we should use the cups that we own.
I do.
And more. There's a point right there. Grace grows faster than pressure. I think if there's one thing about grace I could say for this year that I feel like in so many ways we are so different. We're so opposite in so many things, and yet we love it. We love that part.
He says that I would get mad a year ago if he had said that.
I said opposites attract one time, and she was like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. We're not opposite. And then she tried to name all the ways that we were the same. And I said, anybody can do that. There are lots of ways that you're linked with lots of people. That doesn't mean that you're not opposite. Like there are still even though there are so many things that we're alike in, we are opposite personalities.
Yeah, for sure.
We are
very different.
We're magnets. We're north and south magnets. Mm-hmm. And north and south are the part that come together. So
for sure.
Sometimes if the magnet's so strong, the magnets will come together so fast, bam, they'll break.
Yeah.
And we've had a few of those moments.
Yes, we have.
My parents used to have these little, they called them earth magnets. They were on their refrigerator, just a little black disc, maybe like 1/4 of an inch thick, like a little disc.
Yeah.
And we used to take them and we would like put them across from each other and then you just barely scoot it until finally it would swoop, and they'd come together, and then sometimes it would break those little they were like a little graphite or something, like a little black, and they would snap, they'd break in half. And I remember my dad getting so mad, he'd be like, "Stop breaking my magnets." And now that I look back on it, I'm like, that's one of those things that when I was a kid, I just didn't see it as a big deal.
Yeah, but now.
And so I just did it all the time. I was always doing that as magnets would break, and I'd just be mad as magnets were breaking.
Or when you get the magnets on the other side and
they push away from each other.
You can't get them together.
Yeah. I used to force them together. And they'd let go. Force them together and they'd let go.
That's cute.
I did. Yep. So, but anyways, I think that within it, even the fact that we're very opposite in, it's not opposite in our beliefs. That's the
right.
thing.
Like
we
our core beliefs and foundation are aligned.
If we talk about Christ, if we talk about, views of marriage, traditional marriage and biblical marriage and those things, we're down the line.
Yes.
We're spot on.
But if you talk about shopping and saving, we're opposite.
Or if you talk about like
Trump.
Okay, yeah, sure. Candace Owens. Don't get me started on some Trump stuff. But in the same way, I think that we're opposite when it comes to like what we want. Our love languages are very opposite.
Yes.
And you've made me see things. It's funny because I feel like I take more of a role of what I felt like my late wife did. Now somehow I feel like I do, but I'm like, I don't feel like I did it. So was either she that extreme? So example, I thought in our relationship that I was the gift giver and that she was like acts of service. And
You're talking about you and Sarah.
Me and Sarah. Yeah. I thought that like she does acts of service to say I love you, and I could give you story after story of that. And I was like, I would love to buy you a gift or shower you in gifts or whatever. And then I meet you. She passed away, and then I meet you, and I realize I am the least of the gift givers. If the last will be first and the first will be last, I've got some flipping to do later because I am like...
You are acts of service.
Yeah, like
sure.
I do things. This morning, you're in bed, and I'm tiptoeing around at 5:30 in the morning.
Which I can imagine I was like...
Well, it was dark. I couldn't see. But
good.
I'm sure.
Because I woke up like that, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Probably drooled and everything.
Uh-huh. I drew drool, so...
But... Well, that's okay. I woke myself up snoring earlier, so there's that. But my
and yes, I still love his snoring a year in.
She claims that, but my chewing is starting to get to it a little bit. Look at the look on her face. She tried to swear when we were dating. She was like, "Your chewing would never get on my nerves," because she said that her late husband, like first date, he was chewing something, and she's like, I don't know.
And it was when he was sipping his drink. We were on the couch watching a show, and he's just. I'm like, just take a sip and put it down. Why do you have to continue to do that? And so
she's like, let me get you a straw.
That would have been brilliant, actually. I just didn't say anything though because we were new and.
But she shared that with me, and then when I'm eating around her, and I don't remember something crunchy, and I'm like, I'm sure this is getting on your nerves, and she's like, you would never get on my nerves, never. But now she's starting to shoot me some looks. When we were eating some apples the other night, and
that is not true.
Well,
that is not true. I promise that's not true.
Well, it feels like it's true. Anyways, but. I realized like Kelly loves, I would have been like, I give like words of affirmation. I am constantly affirming and praising our kids and my wife. And then again, here we are with Kelly. And I'm like, oh, I feel like the silent brute that, somehow when I say stuff, I mess it up. And I have had to really, really work on buying flowers or speaking words of love and appreciation because I apparently was not that great at that. And I'm not saying you told me I wasn't that great at that. I just mean like our relationship, how opposite we are. Kelly is very emotional. She is and I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm
Yeah.
not saying like you're emotional in a bad
That's
way.
true. I'll tell anybody.
Yeah, I'm like, you are like ooey gooey, sappy, romantic, head in the clouds, way beyond anything that I ever was. And so now I'm like, I buy you a gift. Like that's what I feel like. I give you some like here I am like a dead raccoon on a stick. I buy you a gift. And Kelly's like, I prepared you this entire box, and it's one gift for every day this week, and you can open up one an hour. And right?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
But you let me get the things that I want throughout the year. Like I like to get my nails done. And so every 5 to 6 weeks, I go and get my nails done. No, it's not days ever. I have text to prove it. My nail place texts me and says, it's been a month since your nail appointment. And I'm like, I got another week at least. So every 5 to 6 weeks,
You know, there are nails on the end of
clockwork.
there are nails on the end of my fingers. I didn't pay anything for them. They just grow.
Because you're a dude.
Yours grow too.
No, they don't stay like, these are my natural nails. I just get dip on top of my natural nails. So these are my nails.
Yeah.
Except this one I had clipped this time because it was like curling over since that's my damaged one. No, this one. And so I had a tip put on that one.
Careful putting that one up.
I won't.
Yeah.
But I decided I need to just clip that one down and get a tip on it so it's not.
All right, let's
I broke
talk.
my fingers. But
The first.
on.
Okay, go ahead.
yeah. And you let me get my extensions, which I get to get at the end of this month. New hair. And I'm so excited about it because it's going to be long and beautiful.
Your hair's long and beautiful, anyways.
It has extensions in it right now.
If you took those extensions out, I guarantee you it would be just as beautiful.
That's really sweet of
Those
you.
those extensions are a year old, right?
A year and 2 months.
A year and 2 months old. So the last time you had them taken out, you were shocked at how thin the extensions had gotten.
Yeah.
Versus where your natural hair was, which means this is mostly your hair.
Yeah.
That's my point then.
But still.
No, I know.
This is thin for like.
It's like my beard. Once you
all
started,
of my
it's
hair
hard to stop.
together, I could wrap my finger around it like this. I am not used to that. I'm used
I
to
don't believe
having
that.
thick, luscious, beautiful hair.
I don't even know that I believe that.
One
Okay.
day I hope it comes back.
Look, grace grows faster than pressure. I would agree with the lesson. I just think that's a lesson I learned in things that I was like, oh, like I would have thought I was decent at those things. No, lesson learned. But Kelly's been gracious with me through the learning to say, that's just my brute husband bringing me his raccoon
No,
on a
I don't
stick.
even feel that way. I just feel like I'm a different person and you're a different person and we have to learn each other.
Right, but how many times have you made me cry?
Never.
Never.
Once. Yeah.
You made me
Once.
cry?
Yeah. It was a couple months into our marriage.
I don't remember crying.
And I said something and
I remember
we were
being
fighting.
hurt, but I don't remember crying.
there was a tear.
I don't know about a tear.
Your eyes were definitely watered. And I felt like the biggest piece of crap on this planet.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's twice with the potty mouth.
I know.
Man, she said T and C. Wow. Just funny.
And I didn't call him any names. It wasn't
No,
like
it wasn't
that.
like that.
It wasn't like
I don't
that at all.
remember. I don't know anything about crying. I think she's making that part up.
My feelings were hurt. And
Yeah, I remember. Look, listen. I mean, we're not perfect in any way, and I think we talked about this on the last episode. But the idea of like, oh well, you only show your good side. Well, like, I promise, we're not planning on turning on the camera to show you when we're fighting or when we're annoyed. When we're if we snap at each other.
even then,
or
I
something.
feel like we're pretty real on this show.
Oh, we're real.
We get down and we talk about things that is everyday life, and
yeah, we're
people tell us all the time, "Thank you for being so real."
we are legitimately transparent. We're
Yes,
not,
but we're not Jerry Springer. We are not going to air our fights on now the internet, not TV anymore.
No,
That's not going to happen.
mm-mm. Unless it got a lot of views.
Unless we get really poor, and then we got to do what we got to do.
So I was gonna say, unless it gets a lot of views.
Mama needs extensions when Mama needs extensions. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
If y'all ever see an episode that says "Mama needs extensions," you know the fight's coming because we need the views.
Oh gosh.
The world is a stage. See.
And welcome to ours.
Oh, okay. Communication beats assumption.
Oh goodness. I think this is the highlight of our our happy chaos, our life, our marriage.
I communicate. I may not communicate well, but I do communicate.
Right. That's the thing. Like communication. No, I've had to learn.
I know.
Like, and even then, I'm not doing a super hot job at it. But yeah.
Listen, I communicate. The problem we have is not that I don't communicate it. It's that when I do communicate it, it's not what I'm communicating is not being received.
Yeah.
Because there's
this is the whole like I bring you a gift. That personality. That's what I feel like is the communication with us.
That personality.
Like you hand me what's on the table, and there's no sugar on it.
No.
There's no nothing.
Eat your veggies. Take these. You want to know what the problem
And
is?
I'm like, you're so amazing and great. And I'm not saying this annoys me, and I'm not saying this bothers me, but remember the other day. But no, I don't mean that. I don't mean the
Brussels
other day.
I just tell it like it is. And I don't try to do that like without grace or without love. I do try to do it with love. But if something is truth, it is truth. And facts are facts. And so if this is the reason something is or whatever.
You don't have good bedside manner.
I guess. I mean.
But you're learning, I think. I think that we're both.
Hey, let's bridge it back up into the grace thing. We're on yours. This is communication meets assumption. This is yours. And
I do assume, but I got a 50-50 going on at least, so.
There are times that I look at her and go, I am telling you, it's not any other thing. It is this thing. And when I get done with the sentence, she'll go, so you're saying. And I'm like, I'm not saying anything other than what I said.
But here's the thing. Like, I have lived my life like on my own bed of eggshells where I'm like, I don't ever want to come off like I'm upset with somebody. Like, I don't want you to think I'm mad at you. I don't want you to think I'm thinking bad of you. So I'm always like making sure. And so when I come across people who you're having a bad day, I feel that bad day. And I try to sugarcoat my bad day to make sure someone else isn't feeling my bad day. And so that's where the learning process, I think, comes in.
I can get
But
down
I'm
with
trying.
that. I get down with that. Listen, I mean, I think it's just a matter of, it's a mind over matter kind of a thing to say, I've got to put my mind, the Bible says this, to take every thought captive, like to take your
I've
thoughts
always
captive.
been poor at that.
And so, like, that's the thing. When you let your mind run off, and even at that, like...
I cannot captivate. I cannot catch my mind. It just runs like it's a marathon sprinter.
I think, so for me, that's where I try to bring the realism to the scenario and go, okay, even if it's all of these other things, then what? What do you want? Like, what's
It's the end of the
happen?
world.
And that's my point. It's not the end.
And you
The
don't love
sky
me
is-
and you're going to run away. And then that's that. That's what's going on in my mind. He hates me. He thinks I'm ugly and hideous and horrible. I'm sorry. That's just what my mind tells me.
What? I need y'all to pay attention to the laugh that she's laughing, because right now she sees the reality of that and she's like, oh, that's really not true at all.
Oh gosh.
I mean, that is so far from the truth that it's sending you into the giggles when you say it now. But if I have to say, hey, honey, we need to talk.
I'm not the only one though. I see reels 24/7 about this kind of stuff.
Oh, I do too.
And so
Listen.
I am not the only one.
Listen, now that's true. Like, I see stuff all the time. My eyes have been open to things that they would have. If I didn't know any better, I'd have been thought that my first wife was a dude. Like, she was just so matter of fact. Like,
Yep.
she was. You think I'm blunt? I am telling you.
She would have made me cry a lot.
Oh, she just did not hold back.
Yeah.
It was, and so I felt like the you know what? I even remember telling her at times, I'd be like, you need to like soften up a little bit. Like, you don't have to be, it's okay to tell somebody something without being so
Harsh.
yeah. Like, it was just, this is what it is. And it wasn't even like, I mean, you're talking about like me not sprinkling sugar on it. Like she didn't even sprinkle sugar on
Like
it.
she took the salt out of it. Like
I'm talking about,
handed
like,
you some.
Like I'd call and there's not even a, hey, how are you? How's your day? You know, hey, is something wrong, son? Is there something in your voice? Nothing. No, it wasn't like that. It was like, I pick up like, hey, what's up? And it's, you know, just take it. This is what it is.
And I want to say it's all in the way you're raised and stuff, but I don't know.
I think it's just genes, you know.
I guess. I don't know either of my parents.
Yeah, she's
that are
got a
like
lot of
that,
German in
though.
her, so maybe it's that. Maybe it's that German background. She's just, you
Yeah.
know, their language sounds harsh. You ever seen those reels where people read like
Yes.
bedtime stories or whatever in German?
Yeah.
And it like sounds really harsh.
Yeah, for sure.
And they put like scary music to it or something. All right. You wrote this one. I think this is true for any and everybody all the time. It says laughter matters more than perfection. I would agree. Laughter is what is always
Keeps the sanity.
well, and it's always what brings down the
Heat.
yeah. If you know, if somebody's upset about something, and this isn't just me and Kelly, this is a whole house. You know,
Yeah.
if one of the kids is upset about something, I've watched this happen. We'll be at the dinner table and somebody will get feisty over something that happened. Somebody took their spot, somebody did something, somebody whatever, and then you get everybody laughing.
Yeah.
And the one who's mad, you can watch their face like trying to fight back a grin.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to laugh right now. And then they'll start laughing and then the whole group kind of starts laughing. And it really does, like laughter, the way I'd put it would be this: laughter is the diffuser.
Yeah. Agree.
You can't laugh at somebody. That would be different. You'll
Yeah.
upset them if you laugh at them.
Yeah.
But if you get everybody's like laughing at the scenario or whatever, then it's a diffuser.
Speaking of diffusers, would you call that the plug-in in our room a diffuser?
Well, if I didn't know better, I wouldn't. But that is the name of it. I've heard that name
Y'all,
before. A diffuser.
run to Bath and Body Works and get football season for the scent. And I know you crunchy moms are going to come at me and say, do you know the chemicals that you're putting in your house? I know there's chemicals in literally everything. Literally everything that you touch, smell, do, think. But this smells. I walk into my room and I'm like, it's so amazing.
I'm okay with it. It's not as lovely as I feel like Kelly.
And I had to stop myself from assuming.
That was a great example of
Yeah.
of an assumption earlier. She walked in the room and she goes,
What do you think my assumption was, though? Hold on. First, so what happened? I walked in and I said,
I'm trying actually. Well, now you cut me off, and I'm trying to think what it actually. You came into your symphony. You were like, I think you said something to the tune of like, do you love the way that smells or something
and
like
you said
that?
I liked the way it smelled before. And I said, I know, but do you like the new smell?
She said, do you like the way our room smells now? Or so she put an emphasis on it to make it where it's like, and so I was like, I was okay with it before. I didn't realize, and I could see the demeanor. Just I ruined the room because I said I like the way it smelled before.
And then I said, but what do you think of the smell, the scent? And he said,
It's all right
it's okay.
because it is okay.
And I said,
And then
okay.
I said this. I said, I'm not telling you to get rid of it. You asked me if I liked it, and it's okay. Like
But here was my assumption. First, can you guess what my assumption is?
my assumption is that I would think that you thought that I was saying that you just went out and wasted money buying.
Oh, no, that's not it.
Okay.
My assumption was it's because I picked the scent, and that's why he doesn't like it.
Wow.
I know. That's where my bad assumption. I can't help it. But I was like, guarantee. Like somebody else in the world bought that and put it in there. He would say he likes it, and I know. I don't know why I do that.
Like I would not like some. It's the opposite of that for anything. I mean, if anybody did anything and then you did something, I'd be more likely to like it or want it or keep it around because you did it, versus if somebody else did it.
He knows how to.
Because that's realistic. Like, that's not even made up. There are times.
Mine is, but I'm telling you, that's just where my mind goes.
If somebody else does something, I better actually really want it, like it, need it, because I don't have room for a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's a very legitimate thing. Like I have to, if somebody else gives me something, I have to really, really want it. Now, if you put something in our house, in our room, whatever, then I'm going to be like, well, but Kelly put it there like this. Anyways, I can't believe you think that about me.
Oh, I love you.
I love you. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Again. Okay, let's see. Are we going to prompt style? I think we are.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing 1 year taught me that I didn't expect.
Mhm.
What is something that this first year has taught you that you didn't expect to be taught in a first year of marriage? As somebody who's married for,
Grace.
okay, give me that. Grace, when I think of grace, I think of unmerited favor that you don't deserve. But what
Oh, well, then that's not.
what do you mean by grace?
Grace, like,
Forgiveness, mercy?
no, like, grace for different things.
So like kind of permission or allowance?
No, kind of like, so, I only knew one way for 15 years
Mhm.
of the way a household went and the things that we did and how we meshed together. And so coming into a new home, a new family, and blending, I've had to learn like grace, where like, don't, just because it's different and sometimes hard, like the kids and fighting, and I've learned like you really just gotta take a deep breath and just like be thankful for, this is what I prayed for before I came into this house. And just because sometimes it can be hard and overwhelming, it's because we're blending a family. And even then, like, I think we've got it like pretty easy for blending a family from horror stories that I've heard from other people. So I think that
Sure.
we have a really great blended family. But I think that's just something that I've learned this year is like don't be so quick to get agitated or to think like, I don't know, just like the whole, oh, you didn't like it because I picked it thing. Like it's a normal thing for fighting to happen. It's a normal thing. Don't automatically assume like, oh, well, why are they fighting so much, or why is?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So I don't know what the word for that is, but
I think grace is the right word. I just have my brain's always on theological.
yeah.
So I'm like, God's unmerited favor. Oh, yes, grace. That's me.
Let me count the ways.
Let me count the ways of his grace.
Mhm.
No, I think you're using the right word for grace. I wouldn't know the Oxford modern definition for grace, but in the line of patience and
Allowing kids to be who they are, and you to be who you are, and me to be who I am, and
yeah, I was actually even thinking about that this morning. I'll give you that because truly there was a moment there when it felt like, if I got up early and you were in bed. I remember the first time that happened and you were like, where did you go this morning? And I'm like, I was doing this for you. And in my mind, I'm doing all this stuff for you. And in your mind, it's like, I can't believe you got up and did stuff and didn't tell me that you were, because I would have done it with you. And that's just a difference of personality. And so I think you've definitely come away from that a little bit, where you don't feel like I'm doing something against you because I didn't do something with you.
yeah.
And that's just that emotional, super ooey gooey, side of you that just wants to constantly be together. And I'm great with constantly being together if there's a need. I'm just a little more realistic in like, hey, but in this thing, like, I don't need you to be here to do this. And this also needs to be done. So why don't you do that?
You're a divide and conquer guy.
And I mean that in the best way. Like, if you can go down that aisle and I can go down that aisle and we can come back and be done. And you're like, yeah, but we could have strolled through the store with our holding hands and cuddling as we're singing.
Especially because going to the grocery store is precious time with you. You don't like to go to the grocery store.
But it's not just the grocery store. It's a lot of other things. And so I'm just that like practical. I'm like, I love holding hands. See, this is where I come in. I'm like, I love holding hands. That's wonderful. But I'm putting in a floor right now. I can't hold hands right now. So,
He's exaggerating that a little bit. I don't want to hold hands while you're putting in a floor. Seriously. And if that's how you think, that's on the opposite side of how I think when you...
It's how I think about you.
Right.
I think if I was legitimately putting in a floor, no, I don't think you would try to hold hands. But there are times that I feel like your mind is on holding hands when my mind is on something totally different.
For sure.
and
I lived in the bubble.
right, there you go. All right, one thing this year taught me that I didn't expect, and I think that this is going to sound dumb, but it really is true, like the difference in guys and girls. I
want a second. That's my second thing.
Yeah,
I had no idea what it was like to have boys.
I've had multiple girls, but again, my late wife was so straightforward, and I even said earlier, if I didn't know better, I'd think I was married to a dude. She was just so tough, she was not, and she was emotionally tough. Like, I'm not saying she didn't cry or whatever. It's not that, but
I'm a polar opposite.
You
and the girls.
Yes. You all are frills and, sugar and spice for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're being spicy, and that's different, but there's this whole everything is supposed to be sunshines and puppies and roses. And,
yeah, it was.
Right. And, but the thing is, I'll tell you this, there have been times that things have happened around the house, things are said or whatever. And I watch the boys that have learned this as well. I watch as the boys look at each other oh, here we go. we're gonna have a girl moment.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, there you go. Difference in guys and girls. I would have thought that I would have known it. It seemed very straightforward before, but what I'm learning is straightforward is not always the right answer. So yeah, there you go. That's what it is. Okay, let's see. We're moving down. We're not doing that, right?
No.
Okay. Oh, we just have questions. Fast answers, no overthinking is what you put.
Oh, I am an overthinker.
Well, you can't overthink it.
That should be my middle name.
All right. Favorite unexpected moment from this year? Favorite unexpected moment from this year?
You go first.
Trip to Missouri. We weren't going to go. We were going to go. We'd already said no. Then we decided to go. So it was super last minute, and we couldn't stay the whole time. So we basically drove to Missouri one day, was there, did this conference thing, stayed overnight in a hotel. Early next morning, drove back, and I don't know. It just, the whole thing felt very unplanned, unexpected. But it was a fun little day overnight, a whole day in the car, and just, it's funny because car trips feel so short when we're just chumming it up. And that's what we did. We just chummed it up the whole time. We're just talking about everything, plans and this and that. And a 5-hour car trip felt like an hour. And yeah.
I know this is.
You can't take that.
I know this is probably talking about this year of marriage, but I'm going to go a month back from the year of marriage, and your proposal is my favorite unexpected moment of this year. Of last year, I guess it was.
Yeah. I'll give it to you because it's only a month different.
Yeah.
But
it just is. I didn't expect it.
I think anytime we say favorite moment, though, you're going to come back to that.
Yeah. Probably
as a favorite moment. I have other highlight moments for sure.
Colorado was one for me. I think Colorado was so much fun, and I don't know, I've never been over there. I've never been to that part of the country, and it was just cool to be able to do and experience with you and live like we were movie stars, because we had this posh place, and
it was really nice.
Gorgeous views.
I don't know what to say about this next one. Hardest thing that became a blessing. Hardest thing that became a blessing. Don't leave them silent. Don't just leave them hanging.
I know.
Hardest thing that became a blessing. I don't want to default to the thing that I said earlier, but I do feel I think that, kind of learning the difference of the way you all were as a family of girls that have come into the house. And I think it's caused me to kind of slow down in the way that I react and the way that I speak. And I think that's a blessing. I think that's a good thing to think before you speak a little harder, especially for somebody like myself that kind of thought I had it figured out. And in my house, it's I'm dad, and this is what I say, and this is what goes. And we've laughed before and talked about how, I went through a little spurt. We've been good here lately, but I went through a little spurt that I couldn't go through a day without one girl, if not all girls, crying by the end of the day, and all by things that I was just saying normally. It wasn't like I'm running around here like, smacking walls like it's The Shining or something. I mean, this is like just like regular stuff. I'm just like, no, you have to eat that before you go to bed or whatever, just regular dad stuff. And I mean, and then Kelly's like, well, I mean, you're just so, he didn't really say harsh, but kind of something to that. You're just so authority. You've got so much authority when you speak, and if you don't soften it up and blah blah blah. And so now I like really try. I think sometimes it gets maybe taken advantage of, but I try very hard to.
I promise I don't try and take advantage.
No, not you.
I was going to say.
I mean the kids.
I promise I don't.
I think sometimes the kids take advantage of the fact that it's like, I'm not. But there are times that I will literally go. And then I will
practice the pause.
Yeah, I will practice the pause. Count to 5 before I say something.
Maybe for me, the hardest thing is becoming the pastor's wife, but it's become such a blessing.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. Like I can't imagine life not being this. Like the love that I feel, like my whole life, I have never felt like so many people loved me, and whether they're faking it or not.
Yeah.
I have never in my life felt like so many people love me and genuinely love me and like want to see me and want to hear me talk and want to be my friend and stuff. And I've never experienced that. I've always faced hardship when it came to that in my whole life. So
that's a good one. For sure. I like this one. One word to describe year 1. One word.
Joy.
Oh, that's a good word. I thought you were going to say grace again. I was like, if you say grace, I'm not going to let you do it.
Joy. That's my word for the year.
Joy. I like it. Joy's a good one.
I feel like the Lord has like put that word on my heart. So
yeah, joy is a good one. I think I would say, I want to say restoration, but I talked about that earlier. So I think if I'm going to, in this moment, I think I would say, just, I'm debating between happiness or peace because I think both are true, but I think peace is probably the better word. And for me, it seems like, have you ever seen those reels where there's like a bunch of noise and somebody's like, what it's like when it's with you? It's one of them sappy things that you probably sent me. And then it's like,
We've made one.
Yeah, I think so. And then the person gets really close. And then when they get really close, everything, all the noise kind of goes away. And I feel like for me, it took a little bit to get here. Maybe 3, 5, 6 months, something of that nature. But somewhere inside of there, I do feel like the noise and the dust of the last 4 years has kind of settled. And even though, it feels like yesterday. If you slapped me right now and was like, we just got married 2 weeks ago, I'd be like, oh, you're right. Because on one hand, it feels very much like it was just yesterday that we were practicing our dance for our wedding, and we were at the church getting everything ready. It feels like it was just yesterday. And at the same time, it also feels so natural that it kind of feels like it's been a lifetime. Not a lifetime in a bad way, but like just like a lifetime in the sense of like this feels very normal.
Yeah.
Like if we didn't have this, if this was to go away tomorrow, it would go back to feeling abnormal. And I feel like my life has this little parentheses, this little 4-year parentheses, that in that time period, from the time my late wife died until I married you, I feel like there's this parentheses that everything was really
loud.
Yeah, I want to say chaotic, but not in the good, happy chaos sense. Like,
right. That was my first word, but I'm like, but we're happy chaos.
Yeah. So. But everything was just really
messy.
It was messy and it was abnormal. Nothing felt normal the whole time I was in that period. And then now there's everything. Oh, there's a good word. I think that's the word. Can I change my word? I want to change my word to normal. Things just feel normal again. You make dinner, and if I have to go meet somebody, I don't feel like I'm leaving my kids at the house to do something for themselves while I go and take on this meeting with somebody or have to take this phone call or whatever. I feel normal again. I feel like, I feel okay. If I have to leave the house, I feel okay. And I don't feel like I don't know.
What you described is perfect, the perfect description of what I feel. Like when everything is so loud and you just hear noise all around you. But then when you get with that person and it's like this quiet peace, that's what I feel like. I'm telling you, I went from 4 years of not being able to sleep. Like I would brag about sleeping for 3 to 4 hours. That's all the sleep I needed because that's just the way it was. I couldn't fall asleep. I couldn't stay asleep. To now, like you have to like smack me and wake me up because I will sleep forever next to you because I feel safe again
Yeah,
and home again.
you have this here one thing you've learned about each other. That's what my one thing that I learned about you is. So when we were dating, Kelly would sleep. I know this because we didn't live together. Don't get any weird thoughts out of your head. I'm a pastor. She lived in her house a couple of miles away. I lived here. But
If I had it my way, it wouldn't be like that, but
you're welcome.
yeah, I'm grateful for it.
Right. We're grateful for doing things the way God intended them to be done.
Yeah,
And
for
so,
sure.
but she would come over and hang out throughout the day, throughout the evening. And then her and the girls would be over and then they would go home and they would go to bed and Kelly would hang out for even a little longer sometimes. And so it would be 11 o'clock, midnight, sometimes 1 a.m. And she would leave and go home. We've been here at the house playing board games or whatever. We're doing stuff and then she leaves and she goes home and y'all, I'm not playing. 4 a.m., 5 a.m., she's texting, want to get a workout in, 3-4 hours later. And so I really had this picture in my mind that you were just like you operate on 4 hours of sleep.
I did.
You did, and you did it really well. Like, I mean, when I would go on 3 or 4 hours of sleep, I would middle of the day, I'm like, I've got to lay down and take a 30-minute nap. I'm going to fall over. And the true story, I mean, I remember doing some house projects and you'd come over and help, whether it was the bathroom or the floors or whatever. And I'm like, we stayed up late the night before working on this. And now I'm exhausted. I need to go lay down for a few minutes. And you would stay and work and I would go lay down for a few minutes. And so I just had that in my head. And now you are the equal opposite of that. If it's an alarm clock and Justin to get Kelly up.
Yes.
Because if I don't get up, she's not getting up. It could be
I'm telling you,
6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m.
The perfect description of my sleep is that peace
Mm-hmm.
that you're talking about. Like I feel home.
Yeah.
I feel like I can rest again. Before I felt like I lived on edge. Like I couldn't relax. I couldn't do this. But now I feel like I can truly relax and I can truly like enjoy where I'm at. But one thing that I've learned about you.
Ooh. Go ahead. The people are waiting.
That you have a very soft, sweet side to you.
Me?
Yeah, where it was always like, this is the way it is, no sugarcoating. But you're willing to like learn me and to like accommodate for the way I am. And so
it's intentional.
That's one thing that I've learned about you.
I'm not trying to be a brute with a raccoon on a stick. Just happens.
Oh,
I bought you a gift.
Because all the other stuff, like I feel like I've known about you. I've always known about you, like your self-sacrifice, and that you would give yourself for anybody, and that you do give yourself for everybody. You don't think about your time. It's just if somebody needs something, you drop everything and you go do it. And so like all those great things I already knew about you, and I never got a chance to see, and not that you were like this hard guy that never. But you like, and I feel like it's been within the past, like when you talk about your peace and your new word, which was normal, I feel that normal from you. Like I can feel this. Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
All right. Last question. What are you most excited about next? This should be easy for you because you live in the next. So what are you most excited about next? What's to come?
Our book.
Ooh. Okay,
Yeah.
good one. Sorry the book's not done, y'all. It was really a goal of mine to have that book done for Christmas, but it didn't work out. That's okay. We'll get it.
Yeah, we will.
One thing
In
at a time.
God's timing.
Yeah, I mean, just we do, y'all. Our hands are in a lot of things,
Yes.
and so it's difficult to keep up with all the things.
Yes,
but
it is.
We are doing it.
Yes, we
Maybe
are.
not. We're not. If I dedicated myself to that book, I could write the book, at least the draft of the book, in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
But
maybe a week.
maybe,
Mhm.
but I mean, I would have to have a full dedicated, like, I can't be writing sermons. I can't be
Yes.
making Bible study videos. I have to just focus on just that book. And so because
Agree.
it's so broken up when I can get to it, and then I have to like regather my thoughts and what I was trying to get to and look at my notes and whatever. And so if I could just get in it, I think I'd knock it out. But anyways, all right, what am I most excited about most? So you're going to love this, but it's not cliche. I don't mean that, but like all the things that I think that I'm most excited about, I'm really excited about this podcast. Like, I think that this podcast is,
I was gonna say that, but I was like, I don't know.
I'll tell you, like, it's very interesting to me, the engagement that this podcast
Agree.
brings.
I never thought that it would be this.
Yeah, and this comes from, you have to understand, I mean, I've been on social media for a little bit, and you can post all kinds of things and get no attention. Nobody speaks on those things. You can write things that you think are meaningful and whatever, and gets ignored. I mean, I pour myself into these Bible study videos. If y'all don't know, I've got a whole channel called The Whole Truth. I've been working on it for almost 5 years. I'm trying to teach through the entire Bible. I mean, there's like this really incredible resource of Bible study videos. And now with these accompanying notes, and y'all, I have 23,000 YouTube followers. It's hard to get followers on YouTube, subscribers on YouTube. I have 23,000, maybe 24,000 subscribers on YouTube on The Whole Truth. And I can post one of those videos and get 35 views. And it's not all about views, but it is.
When you pour yourself into something that you want to reach and touch people.
Yeah. It's like, well, especially when I think, okay, I could have put out a Facebook post and said, hey, I'm going to be at the church teaching on whatever. And I could have got 35 people to come to church with me.
Right.
And done it live.
Right.
And done it right there. So it feels like when you have this huge platform and you see these, millions of views on videos, and then you look and go, and that one that I've spent all that time on and did all that whatever, and it got 35 views. And I know that some of that's probably the way I'm doing it, and maybe there's better ways to do it or whatever. But this podcast, it just naturally, organically is, I mean, the comments, every week there's 50 comments, 60 comments, sometimes more. There's lots of comments and lots of engagement, and I am shocked. I'm shocked at the men who watch this. I mean, like,
silently, but they do.
Yeah, they don't want to comment, and I get it. But I wouldn't.
But they love getting to know, like, the inside scoop, our lives on the daily, and who their pastor is.
It's funny because sometimes I think they're almost like nervous to say.
Yeah.
Because they'll tell me they'll be, and I don't know if they're nervous because of the content, but I think they're just nervous because it's like dudes don't do that. Like, we don't.
It's like watching soap operas.
I don't know if it's even watching soap operas, but I just mean like dudes don't watch each other's stuff like that, and so, but then they'll slip up and they'll say something that happened on the podcast. And I'm like, you watch the podcast. And so, anyways, I'm really excited to see where it goes. I'm curious what we should do with it, if we should put it back under Pastor Justin and Kelly and just let it be kind of a sub part of Pastor Justin and Kelly, or should we leave it separate? I don't really know. I don't know what the best answers are for all those things, but it doesn't matter either way. Every week, once a week, we're on this is episode 37. We only missed 1 week in the last 30. We've technically been doing this for 38 weeks, and we've only missed one episode in all 38 weeks. And it is genuinely a highlight of my week to sit down and to make these podcasts. And so I'm excited to see where that gets to go next. And another thing that's shocking to me too is the retention. That, you guys don't just watch these podcasts for 3 seconds or 5 seconds and then click off of it.
Yeah.
Y'all, or even a couple of minutes, then click off. Y'all are staying on these podcasts for the whole time, sometimes
I
2
know.
hours.
I know.
And it's funny because I won't name you, but somebody wrote me in the beginning. They were like, "I cannot watch a 2 hour podcast. I didn't have time for that in my life. I'm sorry. I love you, but I cannot watch that." I was like, "Well, it's okay. You know, it's a podcast. It's just her and I. You know, it's okay." And they're watching, and I'm like, "But you said you couldn't. You said you couldn't watch the whole thing."
Yeah.
So. And I'll tell you something else too, and we have to wrap it up.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something else that I really love is
Yeah.
that we get wrapped up in this pod. We get wrapped up
every episode. Like I'll literally be checking for comments so I
Mhm.
can reply to you guys. And I will sit there and 10 minutes in, I'll be like, I'm laughing and watching us on this podcast. And I'm like, I guess that's a good thing. Like, I never imagined anybody would want to sit and listen to us for 2 hours or even an hour.
much less myself.
Right. But then I sit there and I get caught up in it. And I think some of it's hilarious. And I
Mhm.
just get wrapped up and I
Yep.
love it.
Yep. So I love our podcast. I love what's coming in this upcoming year. I'm really curious to see.
We're about to be on another podcast. So we've been
Yeah.
on a couple so far.
Yep.
And
Yeah, it's called. What's it called?
healing in the, or hope in the healing.
Hope in the Morning.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called Hope in the Morning. Relatively new podcast. It's
Yep.
growing pretty quick though.
Yep.
But morning is like mourning, like sadness
Yeah.
morning. So MOURN.
Yeah.
Hope in the Morning podcast. We'll be doing that in
January.
February. We'll be on Hope in the Morning, and they have a radio program and a podcast. And so we'll be on the radio program for 30 minutes, and then we'll be hang out on the podcast and talk after. And that's part of the reason for the upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, like when I think about just the special moments throughout the year, like we were able to upgrade our equipment in our studio, and we're going to even do that again here still and get a whole new studio. And
I'm really hopeful for speaking engagements.
Mhm.
Like I want people to bring us out to their church or to their, their thing that they're having.
that already happens with me a little bit
Yeah.
in the pastor side,
Yeah.
but in the partnership, you and I, Happy Chaos side, that's
Yeah.
not there yet. But I think that it will be. I
Yeah.
think it's going to happen. So yeah, the speaking engagements there are potential throughout the year.
I've had 2 different people have a vision or a dream of us on stage together and
Well,
telling our story.
Babe, if you ever want me to make that happen at church, I could probably do that.
Nope.
But look,
Nope.
panic. We were in Missouri, and I found out I had to speak last minute, and I was like, "Well, come." She was acting like it was nothing. I said, "Well, come up there with me." Nope, she wouldn't come up there with me. You got to be willing to speak in public if you want to speak.
I
in
know,
public.
and I can speak in public about my story because I know it. I lived it. I'm just scared that I'm not going to know what to say if somebody asks me something like about the school, even though, I've been here since the birth of it and been very involved, and I get nervous, but
Yeah.
I think that I could tell our story as long as I'm with you and
Listen, I have gotten over the nerves of crowds.
and people are like, well, you do these podcasts and you put your face in front of hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of people, but I'm like, I'm getting my voice in front of a camera. That is all I see right now is a camera. There is not the
Don't
millions
tell
of
them. Now you
people.
just broke the fourth wall.
Anyway,
I'm sorry that she said that. I see you.
happy
I see
anniversary.
Happy anniversary. It's been a wonderful year. I'm excited for all the years that are to come.
Mhm.
Excited for this podcast. Excited that you guys, just genuinely saying this,
Mhm.
excited that you guys decided to follow through with another podcast
Yep.
and watch us. I know I don't have a whole lot of questions for you, but we'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
So maybe, you could do that.
Let us know what you think that Justin has for me for our anniversary.
There's not one person that's going to guess this.
Hmm.
I will guarantee you. You put whatever guess you
He'll
want.
send you a Happy Chaos shirt.
I will promise you this. 1 week from today, you will have the revelation of what my gift for Kelly is. There is no way anyone's getting this one.
He calls me the ultimate gift giver, but I was so last minute. I made my decision last night.
I didn't even need anything. I don't need that.
I know, but
Well,
and that's what I had in my mind the whole time. Well, he's a dude. He doesn't care. This is not a sentimental thing for him. And paper is the 1 year anniversary. And so, you could go to all different ways with that. You can go wood. You can go paper. You can go
how could you go wood?
because paper comes from wood.
I don't even know if that's true.
It is. A lot of people do it.
That's just cheap.
Good thing I didn't get him anything wood.
I went ahead and got you something metal because paper's made from metal.
Babe, it's not even like that.
If you flatten it out enough, it's as thin as paper. Sorry.
I can't.
It doesn't have to be something paper. It's just that's what the first year anniversary is supposed to be, the paper anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sure some dude came up with and he's like, you're welcome.
Probably.
No, but listen, I definitely put effort into my gift.
He's put like hours, like
literally
more than 10 hours. Oh yeah.
Probably 10.
Yeah, it's been about, if not more.
I would say, I mean, I have come down. That's part of the reasons I've been coming down in the morning early without Kelly is I've come down and I've been working on the gift, and then I needed to get some stuff for it. Anyway, some stuff. It was all stuff.
Yeah,
And
don't say too much because I seriously have zero clue.
Do you really have zero clue?
Zero.
I don't think you would get it either. I think even if you could maybe put pieces together and be like, well, maybe there's this or that. And some of that's just because life, and I can't help the fact that we have everything blended. And so, like right now she's like, you can't look on Amazon. And I'm like, well, do I get to buy something on Amazon and then you can't look on Amazon? So.
Not when I'm waiting for stuff.
Right. So I've been, not only does she do all the shopping she wants to do on Amazon, now I've been barred from Amazon because I can't see what she's ordered.
So now I'm like, a gift, something for me. A gift. I'm just kidding. I'm not like that. It was just funny.
In time to go. All right,
you guys. Stay tuned.
Leave your guesses. What do you think I did for Kelly for the 1 year anniversary gift?
And what's something you want, you're excited or think we should do this upcoming year? Something we should talk about, something.
And actually, I would love to hear this from you guys. Like, what is your next year? Like, what is the thing that you want to do next year?
Yeah.
Small or big?
Yeah.
Like, what's the thing that we're coming up near the end of the year, so that's a good time for that.
That's a good idea.
For that answer anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So look, we just gave you 3 things. What am I getting Kelly? That's 1. Number 2, what do you want from us in the upcoming year? What are you looking forward to, or what would you like to see? And number 3, what's your thing this upcoming year? What's your goal? What are you most excited about that's up and coming? Like, I genuinely love hearing from you guys. So if it's like you're wanting to move or build a house or
come see us,
paint, or it could be a painting or it could be your room. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exciting things.
Very.
We
love you
That
guys.
should be next week's going to be Christmas, though.
That's the 20th.
That's the Christmas. I mean, otherwise you're going to go after Christmas. Next week we got the Christmas episode, so we're wearing our matching PJs.
Yes, we are.
She'll wear the matching PJs. I'll refuse.
We're totally going to wear them.
It'll be like the Christmas card. I'll be there.
No, we're totally wearing them. You guys heard it first here. He said he was going to wear them. We'll see you next week with matching pajamas.
See y'all.
Happy chaos, that's our song. Loud and wild, but where